Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. The next episode of Red Valkyrie is about to start.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Red Valkyrie. I'm your host, Shae the Red, and I'm here with the super amazing writer of Black Tiger, John Hervey. How are you doing, sir?
Hey, doing well, Shae. Thank you for having me on. Appreciate it.
Yeah. And we are hoping to be joined by Rob a little bit later. It seems that somebody is not good at converting time zones to their fellow team member.
That would be me. But actually, it depends on what you mean by good. I'm good at getting it wrong, like consistently.
There you go. Okay, yeah.
So I'm at least consistent. Yeah. I get it wrong. So I got it wrong. So he thinks the show starts in like another 45 minutes or so. So I'm hoping he'll see my desperate message to him like that I messed up and you need to get on now.
I'm so sorry. I was so wrong, but we're on right now. And if you could just join, that would be great.
Yeah, I'm on my bad, buddy.
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. So we're here now. Before we get to the pitch, I noticed something about this that is just a little shocking. This closed all the way back in January, right?
So, yes.
So you've been in demand.
I've been in demand. Yes.
Okay. Guys, it's a 172-page comic book that you can get either soft or hardcover.
Yes.
And it doesn't even have 3K.
It sure doesn't.
I'm very much not happy about that fact. First off, do you see the Babe Carnage going on behind me? That alone deserves a back.
That was a well choreographed cat fight too.
Right. I'm just saying, we'll scroll and see parts of it. There'll
be no disappointment there.
No, none at all. I was very happy. That's why I was like, oh, well, I can't do some of the other more intricate cosplays of this because, Shae dropped the ball a little bit. Sorry, guys. But I can do a really shitty pretend version like I'm this girl in the yellow, which I look nothing like, but we're going to pretend it's the same thing.
Hey, you know what? It's the power of cosplay.
Just look, if you believe it enough, then it becomes true, right? It's fine.
I believe it. Yeah.
All right, so we are going to go straight into your video before we go into your pitch, and I'm very excited to watch this video. So I'm going to be wholly honest. I intentionally did not watch this video, so this will be my first time seeing it.
That's cool. Then while the video, I'll cry while the video is running because my feelings are hurt. So nobody will see me cry. I'll mute it. I'll mute it.
Okay. You're still going to be in the corner though, so they're still going to see you.
Okay, so then I'll be a karate man. I'll just cry on the inside.
I intentionally wanted to watch it the first time with everyone in my audience.
Sweet.
So that's how we're going to do this. Oh, I'm getting sick.
I know. Actually ended up being 172 pages. And there you have it.
That was awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very much approved. So we had a couple people who joined and were confused in a disguise. What's up? What are we watching? We are watching the trailer for Black Tiger.
Wow. Yes.
Unhinged wants to know, why haven't I seen this project before? Same thing I said when I finally got in touch.
That is a good question. I don't have a good answer.
I'm sorry, my dog has decided. Remember how we were talking earlier about her being
Yes.
kind of dumb? She decided to get into more trash that she doesn't need to be into.
Because trash is like candy.
Christy said it said the soundtrack was someone doing dishes.
Maybe a little bit of both.
Considering
You never know. A little multitasking. you know, soundtrack while you do the dishes.
Yeah. Yes. Hi. How you doing, sweetie? She says the art looks amazing.
Thank you.
Absolutely
Thank you.
agree. Jason digs it.
Awesome.
Luke says this book looks great. This guy says it's only 172 pages.
That's all. That's it. I know. It's a disappointment. It's only 172 pages.
Badass. Yeah,
Thank you, brother.
So I agree. Now, before I let you pitch, because my chat now understands what we do here. So they just start throwing out their questions early.
Which I love. I love that.
It makes me so happy. So Disguise wants to know, are they twins or are they just brother and sister?
They're just brother and sister.
Okay.
The sister is actually older.
Oh.
But she doesn't know. But she doesn't know about the power, the Black Tiger power in her family. It's been headed down through males. So she finds out when her father dies.
Okay. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, how about you go ahead and tell us a little bit more about exactly what Black Tiger is while I gush over really pretty art pages.
Sweetness. So, in a nutshell, there's a lot of great kung fu action here. It's a story of a brother and a sister who are both second generation Chinese American. Their father was the Black Tiger and his father before him. And it was a power that's always been passed down through the male line. So the younger brother knew about it growing up, but the older sister never did. And with the death of the father, the younger brother gets the power. The kicker is, though, the younger brother, he's running with a bad element. He's in a triad, and he's pretty rebellious. And the daughter, she's actually a junior district attorney, so she works in the DA's office. So she's a detective as well. So she figures out the secret in her family. But in the process, her father also gets defamed. He gets defamed as a cop, and he gets defamed as Black Tiger. So she's on a mission, to clean up her family name. Also figure out how to be the best Black Tiger that she can be. How she can be her own Black Tiger. Okay. So in a nutshell, there's a lot. The frictions. Some of the frictions are generational. Because between kind of old school and here she is. She's more American than anything. But she needs to take this ancient power and she needs to figure out how to make it hers. And then there's the whole sibling thing. There's the whole kind of primogenitor thing, going on. And, I don't want to give away because this is going to sound absolutely nuts, people. But like me and Rod, we already have the next 160-page graphic novel is 25 pages from being done. So we've already got the next 6 issues done. So I don't want to start telling you about what's coming up in the next graphic novel, but for this graphic novel, and one of the reasons we did it this way is I wanted to be able to deliver a story arc, because I've gotten some awesome comics through through Indiegogo and through Kickstarter, and it's like you get like 1 or 2 beats, and I'm just like, oh, come on, I need more. When am I gonna get like the 3rd and 4th beats of this? And it's gonna be in 2022, and I'm like, oh, you're killing me.
Yeah.
So
I feel that with a passion. You have no idea.
So here, at least you'll have one complete story arc, and it rolls you right into the next story arc, which we're pretty far down the road in producing already.
Oh, that's so cool. I gotta say, I'm loving the Chun-Li thighs.
Yes, gotta have that. Come on now.
Her abs are making me feel really fat, and like I need to drink water with cucumber. I mean, like, okay, hold on. There's that right there. Look at that freaking. She's got a 6-pack, guys.
Those are kung fu abs.
I understand she's being electrocuted, and that's probably helping.
Well, you know what? if the only way to get those abs is by being electrocuted, then count me out. I just have to. I just have to stick with what I got. I don't want to be electrocuted to get those abs.
I mean, so they've got those little ab belts that actually do the electric pulses, and I've used those before when I was like 14. My parents buy everything off of the As Seen on TV.
How does that work? I mean, it's like, so it's just like you just feel like the pulsing.
So there's a conduit gel I found. If you don't use, means that it hurts a lot. If you do use, then it just feels like it's like your muscles are spasming.
Okay.
If you don't use it, then you have a tiny gap right between the belt and your skin, and that electric pulse is jumping between it, and so then it zaps the surface of your skin.
Wow.
And it hurts a lot more. So don't do that.
No.
Use the gel. The gel saves your ass a lot for sure. And
yeah, isn't that the same thing? Is that like the same thing as kind of like the paddles?
Yes. Yeah.
For resuscitating people.
It's a lot less intense.
And I do agree with what I just saw up there. Thick thighs do save lives. That's actually factual.
It is. I agree. Oh my gosh, you guys are killing me here with the ass titty, thick thighs make lives. Oh good heavens. How are you doing, Blue Samurai? Thank you for coming. We also had from Jason, he says, what was your influence behind developing the story arc for this project?
So, I have always been a lover of comic books, and I've also always been a lover of like the old Cantonese kung fu movies, like kung fu theater. And I wanted, being an absolute lover of both, I wanted to bring something to the table that is truly a superhero story, but also really has, that old school martial artsy kind of roots. And one of the things you'll see in the book is I wish Rob were here to attest to it. I'm very, when it comes to the choreography and the fights, I'm very anal about that, because me and my buddies, when we were, so this is how uncool I was. Me and my buddies, when we were in 9th grade, and this is what somebody else from school said he remembers. In 9th grade, we had basically a kung fu fight that went on all year. So basically, there was probably about 7 of us. And if we saw each other anywhere in the hallway, we'd break out into kung fu. And everybody had their own style. And you just go from, people would jump in, and, it was just a full choreographed, and I saw somebody years later, he's like, the only thing I remember from 9th grade is you and your friends and your kung fu fight. Your unending kung fu fight. So, basically kung fu fighting, if it weren't for comic books, I probably wouldn't be able to read today. My parents, my mom's friends would be like, why do you buy him comics? Because he'll actually read them. So, I'm a big lover of comics, big lover of kung fu, and I'm a big lover of the superhero genre. And that's all these things are mixed, so yeah. Black Tiger is a superhero, and the martial arts are a key element to the story. One of the differences is, we really have the benefit of, all this comic book history. If you look at like a Batman, or, there's different people have held the mantle, but Bruce Wayne is Batman. That's pretty much it. If anybody's holding the mantle, that's going to be a temporary thing, because Bruce Wayne is Batman. But with Black Tiger, the mantle is handed down through generations. So, there's actually, thousands of years of history of Black Tiger. And we're just kind of catching up with it now. And part of what she's going to do is reveal some of the history. And, not to be a spoiler, but you'll find out that she's not actually the first female wielder of the power. So there's a lot of stuff that's going on, as we kind of unravel the story with the different people that have held the power. And you get to her.
So you were telling me something backstage when I was telling you about how shit my cosplay was of this particular character that had to do with her dragon tattoo.
Yes.
So
I mean, other than the fact that, just had to show the back.
Because it's a fucking ripped, sexy ass back, and I really want this shirt. Like, why do I not own a shirt like that?
Exactly. And that's why, see, and that's the thing. And one of the things working with Rod, it's like, I literally told him, I said, listen, she has this dragon tattoo on her back that manifests when she's using her power. So when she's not using her power, you don't see it. So I said,
ooh,
we need her wearing something so that, like, during the course of this fight, you can see the tattoo actually really start to manifest itself.
Oh my gosh, you can actually see it come in.
Yeah.
Oh, because it fades in. That's so cool.
There's parts before and after this fight. So before the fight, she's getting worked over a little bit before this part of the fight. But then the dragon tattoo kicks in, and she gives basically the superheroine the business.
Wow.
So
that's so cool. So I didn't notice that before, but looking at the detail of it, it's really, really good how Rod got, like, because right here the scales are kind of missing, the belly's missing here, the tail hasn't quite come in. It's a little bit more dark here, and then on this bottom panel at the very, very, very bottom, that is bright. That is super bright.
Exactly, because now she's got the power going, and she's giving Jen the business there.
That is awesome. Jason, thank you very much for the $2. Money for Shae to get the shirt. I'm gonna find the shirt now. It's happening because that is a gorgeous shirt. And if it doesn't exist, I'm gonna make it.
You did see that Wolverine drop some serious science there. You saw that?
Yeah. That. Okay. All right, Wolverine. Enough of you. You're being great. So this is really, like, I'm with everyone else. I'm actually really, really shocked that I hadn't heard of this sooner. And we actually had a couple of other questions that some people had dropped in a little bit soon. Let me see if I can scroll back up.
Oh, we'd love to answer them, yeah.
So Christopher C wants to know, what are the props in the campaign perks? So we'll go over the perks in a second, but you do say props.
Yeah, so that was like basically giving people a shout out in the book. Unfortunately, now the book is already printed. So everyone that contributed before the book was printed got a shout out in the book. But now the book is already printed. So sorry. No props.
Fair. Yeah, fair.
But you still get props from me. You get props from me just for buying the book. I love you for that.
Well, and just get the next book.
Exactly.
Just saying. And then oh my gosh, Christopher C. Thank you very much, hon, for the $5. I'll second the shirt plan. I don't know which shirt plan you're going with because Wolverine said he didn't have money to counteract Jason for me to lose the shirt. And Jason is absolutely accurate. That is not what this channel is. Maybe you can find out on some other channels. My clothes stay on. Thank you very much. But thank you very much, Chris, for the $5.
See, you'll have the shirt in no time.
Right.
And then you just need to have like a friend just do like a dragon tattoo.
Or just maybe get one. Who knows?
Why not?
I mean, ultimate cosplay.
Yeah, that's cosplay to the extreme.
It's a little much, especially for an Asian character. And I'm 6'1". I don't think that exactly works.
Oh man, my next book that's coming out, if you don't cosplay her, my feelings are gonna be really hurt.
Okay. Wait, what book is that?
You got go to my site beyondtimecomics.com. I have a book called Magna, The Last Pantheon. That's going to be coming out right after this campaign. It's already completed. It's 6 issues. It was drawn by Marcio Abreu, who does Red Sonja.
Oh,
so
Red Sonja's
need I say more? Yeah.
She's another cosplay goal, I guess I'll say, because let's be real. I do not currently. I got it. There's a lot more things that got to tighten up before I can cosplay Red Sonja.
Hey, you'll be able to cosplay Magna though.
Oh, okay. So now you got me look. Oh, yeah, I will cosplay her for sure.
Yes.
I'm looking at her now. Okay.
Yes.
All right. I guess I'll share with everyone because, it's more fun that way.
Yeah, sharing is caring.
Or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. Magda.
Yeah, there you go.
This
Boom.
girl. Look at her. Look at her.
If you go into...
Chop my hair, though.
So if you scroll up to the top where it says series, and you just click on Magna, then you should be able to see those are the 6 issues that we're going to put into a graphic novel.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So first off, I own overalls, and I'm not opposed to ripping them because that's super punk.
It is. It's awesome.
I don't own a green dress like this, but I'll find one. I mean, it can't be that hard. I'm just saying. Like,
there you go.
We'll have you back on. I will cosplay this.
Yes.
I'm okay with that. That's okay.
Yeah. Definitely got to do that. Definitely got to have the cosplay for that.
Wolverine says, although slightly more serious, we do need to peer pressure Shae into doing a full-on Giganta cosplay. I can't be alone there, right?
Yeah, we do, actually.
Oh my gosh, now I gotta look up Giganta. Oh, you guys kill me. Look, I'm just saying, if you want me to cosplay more elaborate things that are actually super badass, then, there's that little button where you can go and donate some money, because Shae be broke as a joke, yo. Cosplay costs a lot of money.
Okay, then I'll have to donate. See, but it's like when you give to a nonprofit, and it's not in the general fund, it's in like the directed fund. It's like these funds go for
yes, this is solely for Shae's cosplay of this character.
Not any other costume. This costume.
I mean, okay, fine.
Yeah.
So we also had another question from damn it, Jason. There we go. Do you always launch after the whole project is complete?
No. So I actually launched this one initially. So there was a Kickstarter and then an Indiegogo. So did the Kickstarter. Wow, it's been a year and a half, 2 years ago now, and that was to help with some of the production. To add the page count, and we barely got across the finish line on that bad boy. It was like it was $5,000, and it was pulling ourselves across by the fingernails, but we got there. And then subsequently, we kicked off the Indiegogo, just trying to also expand the reach, but also to put the wraparound cover on the book to fund that. If you scroll down, I think to the bottom, don't ask me why it's at the bottom. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I remember seeing this.
So that's basically a 4-pager.
So does it fold out then?
That was the intention, and kind of but the way it works, and this is the book. So it is a thick book.
That is a very thick book.
So you have, so it ended up, and it was best I could do for like keeping it a $25 book, so you have like one of the pages in there, and there, you got some there.
Okay.
So that was the best I could do, in keeping the book at $25.
Yeah. No, understandable.
Yeah.
And is that also repeated in the hardcover version?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And so there is this one that I just held up, which is the soft cover. So you'll get 100 I like to hold it this way because it's thick, 172 pages. The hardcover is still being printed, so I can't show that to you in my hand yet. But there's a hardcover option, and then there's also an option for hardcover with a hard case, and the hard case will have image wrapped around the case.
Okay, so it's like just a little.
So it's like a slip-in case. Yeah, exactly. So it's like a box that you can slip it in and out of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. So we did have another question from Jason. He said, "Why only the 3 tiers?"
I'm lazy, and so that's the reality of the matter. But also, I mean, at the end of the day, I just didn't want to do too much of the other tchotchkes, and that's just for me because I know I've supported a lot of books. I have so many bookmarks. I have so much other stuff that honestly I don't really know what to do with. But I was gonna get it regardless of that. I was gonna get the books.
Right.
So maybe it wasn't. I'm not a marketing genius. People are obviously doing those things for a reason. And there's probably a reason why my numbers are so low. Maybe if I had some bookmarks, I'd have more, better volume. I don't know, but I just wanted to provide people with the books at the end of the day. I wanted to give you, and this was probably something else that wasn't smart either. I wanted to make sure you had everything in there. So there's 6 covers by Greg Horn. And I didn't want to make people buy a whole bunch of different books to get the covers. So all the covers, you have everything. You get the covers, you get everything, in there. So you get all 6 Greg Horn covers inside. You get the wraparound cover around the book. I just wanted to make sure that everyone, if you buy the book, you get everything, and not feel like, oh, I got to buy 2 books if I want to get the different covers.
Right. No, that makes perfect sense. That really does. Real quick, thank you very much for the €5, sir. Donation for classic She-Hulk cosplay. I'm gonna have to start writing these down.
I'll donate for that too. Fine, I'll donate for that too.
Oh my gosh, you guys are killing me.
Yeah, is that Savage She-Hulk? Okay. Is that Savage She-Hulk?
So my version of classic She-Hulk would be the thing that made me buy a She-Hulk comic initially, where she's green but still doing her lawyer gig and everything, so she's still got her whole sexy little suit skirt and everything, and she's got her glasses with her hair up in a bun and all of that.
Yeah.
But she's totally green and massive and super ripped. You guys are gonna make me have to hit the gym. At least I'll pass all my PT tests for the rest of my career.
Well, see,
you guys are doing this. See, that's
accomplish 2 things. Accomplish 2 things at once.
Forcing me to be in shape and stop being a fatty. I love ice cream though, guys. I really do. And cheesecake.
Oh man, good. Yeah, cheesecake. That's
that's my depression food.
Well, I don't want you to be depressed though.
Yeah, that's not really the choice.
Want it to be turn it into more of a joy food.
Okay, that's also my celebration food.
Okay, I like that.
It's really just my food. I just call it different things depending on how I feel.
That's absolutely fair.
Both are. Thank you for the $10. That is the most adorable super sticker I've ever seen.
Nice.
It's a little dog, I guess, with fans. I don't know. It's so cute. It's very cute. Thank you very much. That's very sweet of you. Unhinged really liked your answer, by the way, that you're lazy. He's like, truth is great. It's very, very true.
Can't escape it.
Absolutely. Just, do whatever you feel is best. I will say that because you have everything so streamlined, yes, if somebody wants to donate a little bit more, they can get the $100 tier for the hard case and the hardcover book.
Yeah.
But $100, you got some people that would really like to probably throw more money, especially considering you have a huge book with really good art. You've got really cool concept. I know, like, I don't have the funds, but I know that there's people like my dad. Oh my gosh. Do you know how bad I want to, like, I'm seriously considering getting this to give to my father. He is the biggest kung fu nerd ever.
Nice.
Like, he is a Viking white dude that I swear thinks that he is the next, like, Jackie Chan, Steven Seagal. Like,
that is awesome.
He used to have a kung fu studio upstairs. He kicked my mom out of their master bedroom so he could convert it into a kung fu studio. Yeah. He taught me how to throw knives at the age of 7. Like, and by the way, I'm very good at it. He taught me how to fight with the staff, how to fight with nunchaku. We used to, box and stuff like that. I learned how to spar and all that. Like, my dad is so into this shit.
Okay, so I'm coming back on this show if nothing else but for you to cosplay my character and do some stuff. Throw some stuff, do some stuff, do something. If you've got like a cousin or something, if you've got like a cousin that you can bring him in and hit him with something, do that.
I don't. There's people I would like to hit with things.
Hey, what about like that guy who's going to be your boss? Maybe you could bring him in and throw some knives at him.
I think that's just called assault.
But it would be awesome.
It would be. Clear up until I was getting arrested. It would be
okay, yeah, that part would suck.
We'll talk. You know what? If we can get you to hit way higher numbers than where you are, because this is abysmally low. This makes me very unhappy how low it is. If we can get you to hit much higher numbers, then maybe Shae will remember how to do all of these things and cosplay your character and, and film some shit for you.
Tears of joy. Yes.
But I wanna see this get a hell of a lot higher than under 3, because that's upsetting to me. And I do know you guys are talking so fast, you're killing me. Because we've got refresh the damn thing. Give me a moment, sir. It is called having a little bit of presence, okay?
Yes.
I'm getting there. Also, thank you very much, Jason, for the $5 money for Shae's gym membership.
Tell you, everybody's looking out for you.
They really are. I don't know where all this money has come from. Thank you, guys. And Frog Jesus gym time earns that cheesecake. Exactly. That's why I am not losing weight. Actually, it's a lie. I did start losing weight. Thank you very much. The COVID 15 times 2 has finally started to reverse itself.
Starting to melt off.
He was saying the classic She-Hulk with the ripped white shirt or John Byrne era. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I got the. Yeah, that's hot.
No, that I don't even consider that She-Hulk. That's an abomination.
That's a He-Hulk.
Yeah, exactly.
Dislike, unfriend. I was very upset when that happened. Especially
I was very upset when that happened.
Okay, so Shae's gonna get on a soapbox because we brought it up and I have to.
Let's do it. Because I'm mad.
6'1" female. Okay. Gigantic. I am a Norse woman. I'm huge. If you put me next to other girls, I look like I am a freak of nature or a Photoshop like effect. It literally looks like you took a picture of a regular girl and you just made her big in every aspect and then photoshopped her in with other women. That's just me. That's just what I look like when I go out with people.
That's awesome. You're like, that's me. That's me.
It's literally okay. So I tell this story all the time and I still need to find this picture. I was in training and my teacher and the other girl in my class, so there was only me and one other girl, were both 5'0" and I'm 6'1". And so they made the joke because we took a picture, like we do class pictures, and they said, we were in Germany, the Alps were behind us, and they go, you should sit down cross-legged and have them stand behind you because they're not going to have to crouch that much to almost match your height. And I was like, as long as they're not going to get pissy about it, let's do it. And they were like, yeah, absolutely. I looked like I was a giant that had descended from the mountains to live with the village people for a period of time.
Yes.
It was the funniest picture I've ever seen. I looked humongous. That was like the day that I saw and I went, all right, so I hate running, but I guess I'm going to run a little bit because that's the little bit too big. I look a little bit too gigantic.
You're like, okay, a little bit of cardio in my life, just a little bit.
Yeah, just like it's like I hate it with a passion. I'm Scandinavian. We didn't run. Okay, we turned around and fought. I can wield great swords more than I can like run away from a situation.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
Yeah, but yeah. No, so
I'm made to run.
When I
turn around, hey, I'll watch Vikings. Forget that. I'm heading the other direction.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
going.
I'm the girl that's like, yeah, I could just cut you in half though, and that would be easier, and then I wouldn't have to run.
Exactly.
You also would not be chasing me, and I wouldn't have to worry about you again because you'd be done.
You know what? I'm gonna make people work for it. If you're gonna get me, you're gonna have to run. I'm going. I'm gonna make them work for it. They're gonna catch me.
Yeah.
Makes it. It's not even worth it. I'm not even running after that guy.
Yeah, I am not the.
I like that. And he said he's made to sit.
Yeah. If you're super scared for She-Hulk, a lot of that is going to go to green makeup and her green spandex undersuit. I'm telling you right now, when I cosplay She-Hulk, because I absolutely am going to, it will not be a green latex undersuit. It will be body paint.
Oh, yeah.
It will be very, very good quality body paint because I do body painting sometimes. So I'm just saying.
Yes, you should.
Right? I'm just saying. Yeah. So the thing that's really funny is when I first got into comics, which was not that long ago, it was in the last 10 years, I was looking for those big, strong female characters. So I was like, oh, yes, look at her. She's a, Valkyrie. She's big. And I was like, I could do that. That's me. And then I ended up seeing She-Hulk. And I was like, yes, She-Hulk. And so those were what I turned to. Those are what I liked. The new She-Hulk, I went on Ethan's show and said this. The new She-Hulk is what my low self-esteem tells me I look like. The classic She-Hulk is what I hope I look like. Like, she was feminine, but she was super strong and built and all of this. The new She-Hulk looks like a dude. And
flat out.
I get called a man frequently. I've been called a man with cleavage up in somebody's direct eye view, and they were like, "Have a good day, sir." And I went, "Thank you, thank you."
You just couldn't see over the horizon. You couldn't see over the horizon.
I don't understand. They're right here. You have a direct eye shot to them, and don't even have to look down. She's like, I'm so sorry. I just looked up and I saw your stomach and I just assumed. I was like, if you would have looked just a little bit higher, you would have saw my tits.
Yeah.
But thank you. It happens all the time.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, it's very frustrating. And yes, it's ma'am. Legit almost came out of my mouth. So happy it did not. I love the super feminine, strong, awesome She-Hulk. That's what I absolutely love.
Yeah. I mean, there have been a number of miscues, but I think that's one of the biggest. I don't know whose idea that was, but I at that point I said I just had to say no. No, you're not getting my money for this. Sorry.
Yeah. No one good. No.
No.
See. Luke knows. Luke's my Viking bro. I despise running. I'd rather smack something. It's exactly how I feel. That is what I do. I just fight. It's way better. And CG World Order for the $5. Here's my She-Hulk contribution.
She-Hulk's going on. She-Hulk is happening.
It has to.
It's happening. Yeah.
I like you. You guys have forced my hand, and you know what? I'm talking so very upset about this, obviously, because who would want to be a super vivacious, gorgeous, ultra feminine, super ripped She-Hulk?
And green is good. Captain Kirk proved that.
Yes.
Green is all good. I knew that as a kid. Watching Star Trek, I was like,
yes. And nobody wants She-Man Hulk.
No.
Thank you, Yahtzee. I'm very happy with myself. It took a long time for me to get there. But fuck it. I'm gigantic and I just am. And I know this now. So it's fine. I play to my strengths.
Exactly.
And
that's why you have to cosplay Magda for me.
Right?
But we still got to cosplay Black Tiger too, though.
It's okay.
Sorry.
We're gonna look if we can get you. We're gonna refresh and see where we are, and then I'm gonna put a target. And if we can get you to that target before you end up closing this campaign, then I will do a full cosplay and I'll film. I'll get throwing knives and we'll do the whole thing again.
Are people listening to this?
I'm just saying.
I mean, that's better than the campaign. We gotta make this happen.
And Swan City, if you check in the description, Tony, check in the description. It's got his Twitter as well as Rod, which hopefully will be showing up soon here, considering I
got a message from, he's in Brazil.
Yeah.
And they're having like a power outage in his neighborhood.
No!
I know.
Oh, it's okay. It's
not bad enough I gave him the wrong time.
Right? Give him the wrong time and a power outage. You know what? It's okay. We will.
Maybe he just needs to come on the show when you're cosplaying.
Right? Exactly. So we'll do a better cosplay than this, and we'll go from there.
Exactly.
And Death Metal Hero says, "Don't buy a gym membership. Buy exercise equipment. It's a better investment." Fair enough. And Pop Van Zandt, thank you for sharing this on Facebook. I appreciate you, sir. I love it when people.
How are you doing, man?
I love it when people join in on Facebook.
Pops is awesome. How are you doing, buddy?
So I'm trying to find. There we go. Unhinged. Your question was not so lost that we weren't going to get back to it. Ha! What are some of your writing influences?
So my writing influences are pretty vast. I mean, whether it's from fiction and science fiction. Growing up, I love reading Isaac Asimov books. I read a lot of Piers Anthony, and so a lot of sci-fi. But from a comics perspective, I really enjoyed a lot of the books in like the 80s. I like books, throughout time and comics, but I think, those books really gave me the love for comics and just the realization that there is no limit with what you can do in comics. I can remember picking up, this is going to sound funny, it's going to age me. I remember picking up New Mutants #1. Mm-hmm. And me and my buddy looking at each other, and we were like, man, we just picked up the new X-Men. Now, that never manifested because, they just couldn't keep the wheels moving and the wheels turning. It's like you got to keep bringing back the X-Men. So you got like 6 different versions of the X-Men now, all living in one timeline. So in terms of influences, I've loved Marvel and DC through time. I'll tell you what I really loved. I loved the Crisis, Wolfman and Perez Crisis story when they did the original revamp of the universe, and that was actually the one that I liked, and that was actually really well done. And then they reconstructed, and I'm very careful with the term with the deconstruction, because I feel like there were a lot of folks in the late 80s and early 90s that did a deconstruction of comics that I feel like really hurt comics. There's so many talented British writers and artists, but for some reason the British folks seem to want to deconstruct comics. I don't understand it. I don't even know if I was like, was there a love for the comics? I don't know, but like the characters got deconstructed. But yeah. I'll tell you, when they did the original Crisis, and they brought back Superman and Wonder Woman, let me tell you, that reconstruction of those characters was some of the best. I hadn't really been into Superman before then. And with Byrne on that book, man, that book was amazing. And the Wonder Woman run, I still pick up Wonder Woman today on the strength of that.
Yeah.
I'm like, just if I can get a taste of.
Yeah. Well, when they did the New 52, I know a lot of people have mixed feelings about the New 52. I got into comics at New 52 time. So that was when I had my first exposure to it. And one of the first comics that I got into, believe it or not, aside from, I did Flash Rebirth, right? Mm-hmm. So that was my very first comic I ever read.
Yeah.
And that's why I have such a love for Barry Allen. Flash is my favorite. I plan on having a sleeve of a whole bunch of comic book characters. Flash will be heavily featured because I gotta have Barry and Iris. I want to do comic book couples that I think are amazing, like Arthur and Mira. And reading the New 52 Aquaman versus every Aquaman prior to the New 52 Aquaman, they did good. They did good with them because they took all of the tongue in cheek and all the ridiculousness and they're like, oh, I get to talk to fish, huh? And he was like, yeah, fuck you. And then all of a sudden a bunch of Atlanteans come up and start fighting all the humans. And he was like, ha, that's what you get. Until Mira was like, okay, stop being a dick and go help them. And he's like, oh, okay, fine. So he goes and helps them.
He was awesome because he was all of a sudden, he went from like the campy kind of Super Friends Aquaman. All of a sudden he was an underwater Viking.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, you don't want to mess with him. You don't want to mess with him. He will roll you up. You know, so you don't want to see Aquaman because he will jack you up.
The way that they did Arthur, and all of a sudden Arthur is now a badass, right?
Yeah.
Mira is every bit as a badass as he is, and it was so fucking cool. Like, he's sitting here fighting, and instead of it being like, I got this, babe, like it is for most of the other ones, you know, he's sitting there fighting and he's like, get your damn trident, let's go.
Exactly.
She's like, I got you, babe, I'm already in my armor, let's do this shit. She's enough for one. Mira cosplay in that full green chainmail, but like it's extensive and would be really fucking expensive, but oh my gosh, that would be so
to get donations for another cosplay now.
I know, right? Everyone's gonna be like, ooh, we'll do
that's a good idea too.
I have a list a mile long of all of these cosplays that I have like wanted to do for so long. Big Barda, I gotta do a Big Barda. Come on, I had Big Barda.
Big Barda has been like my sleeper favorite for so long because I'm just like, you know, just doing a really good Big Barda and, you know, Mr. Miracle story. I mean, because I as a couple, I really like them, you know, because
it was just so nice to see because it's like you see Mr. Miracle and he kind of exhausts himself frequently and he ends up basically just this like husk of a guy who's like broken and just like can't, and she's literally carries him to safety several times, and every time she does, I'm like, that's my girl. That's my girl. Look at her. She's taking care of her, man.
And I always wanted to see, I actually wanted to see more of her story. And I know they've done it in different times, like the Furies and whatever, but it's like, you know, when you have a character like her, you know, who went to such prominence, you know, as a leader of the Furies under Darkseid. Yeah. And then, you know, I mean, it's like, there's so much to a character like that. And I'm just like, come on. And the name is awesome. It's Big Barda.
Right.
You know, because the thing about Big Barda is, Big Barda is big and she knows it. And that's part of who she is. You know, she's not trying to be medium Barda or little. She's big. She's like, I am Big Barda. And I will put feet in your behind.
And if you see her, it's so here's another thing that I find, and this is tall girl problems, and I'm sorry we have gotten so off track, and I promise I'm refreshing soon, but like this good conversation, guys, just deal with it. One of my most favorite things. So literally growing up, what ended a relationship for me was the second this thought would cross my mind, which would be if I was stopped in an alleyway held at gunpoint. Am I protecting him or is he protecting me? And every single time I was like, I'm about to take a bullet for this asshole. And then I'd look at him and be like, you ain't worth a bullet. And then all of a sudden our relationship no longer works.
Yeah.
and I was like, maybe I'm being silly. And then they would catch on and they would just dump me. And I was like, oh, never mind.
You know what? It's funny. This takes me to an old Teen Titans story. And this was during kind of that also during the Perez kind of Wolfman era. It was towards the end of that. And it was like, so Dick Grayson and the Titans, they were off on Corey's homeworld. And Dick Grayson is basically fighting for Corey's hand. And he's basically fighting against insurmountable odds. And my whole thing was this. What made me mad about that story is he should have won. Even if he was all broken up, because he really loved her. And even if that dude had powers, he should, I mean, even if he broke every bone in his body, he should have won that fight. Yeah. You know, and the fact that they didn't, I mean, I remember reading that and I was just like, come on.
There's
you know, because Corey was always more powerful than him and the whole thing, but like, come on, man, he's trying to fight for his lady. Yeah, he doesn't have the same kind of power, but come on. You know, I was like, he tried to take a bullet for her, but you know,
dude, we're being screamed at about our off the railsness. So I'm gonna just to appease everyone. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. And Wolverine agrees with you. He should have won. Okay.
Thanks, Wolverine. Appreciate that.
I'm going to refresh now so you can all calm the fuck down. So we were at $2,793 when we started this, sir. We are now sitting at holy fuck, $370. Wow. I love all of you.
You guys are amazing. You're awesome. Thank you so much. Yes,
I should have refreshed sooner. I'm sorry.
Wow. See, that's why we're getting screamed at. Good reason.
Okay.
Legit.
Okay, so I'm gonna throw down the gauntlet.
Let's do it.
And part of me hopes that I regret this because if we hit this quickly, I'm absolutely going to regret it because I have a lot on my plate. But if we can get Black Tiger to 5K, I will get all of the shit for a full cosplay, get some throwing knives, and do the whole thing. We'll film it. I'll edit it down for you and provide it, and you can use it for the second half of this that you've already got mostly done.
What?
You can use it
for my goodness!
Whatever you want, it'll be for free.
Wow!
If we can get you to 5K, I want to see that happen first. So
oh my goodness!
Get Black Tiger to 5K minimum. Now
we got to get there,
right?
That's got to happen. Oh, that's got to happen.
I think, damn, I just threw down another gauntlet.
You can't mess with people's emotions like that and that not happen. That's got to happen.
Oh, okay. So get it to 5K and Shae will figure it out. I'll get back into my Aikido so I can do this like appropriately because you don't want I could do the Lima Llama shit that my dad taught me, but it's horribly ineffective. It looks pretty. I could do some of the katas. I still remember them because I learned them when I was a child.
Because that's part of it. Part of the choreography is almost like a dance. You know what I mean?
Which, I mean, literally is just any kata. So we can talk about it. Look at you guys are amazing. After 80, but I did my part, losers. I love you guys. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. Okay,
you guys are awesome.
We didn't actually ever go over your tiers. Like we perused them, but we got off topic so quickly.
It was a good off topic though, but we'll actually
It was.
Yeah. So in terms of the tiers that I have available, there are just 3 tiers that are available. The first one is the paperback tiger. So basically with the paperback tiger, you're getting this lovely gem, 172 pages of Kung Fu glory, all yours for $25. I think with shipping, if you're in the US, you'll pay $32 all in. So that's a shipped book.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I realized that I probably should have put some other things. What's that?
Somebody was mentioning your shipping is crazy cheap. I think they said it was what, $7?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's insanity.
Yeah.
I mean, you're able to ship at that price, though, right? Like you've done your research, you're not taking a massive hit. That's amazing, guys.
Yeah.
Why is this not at least 5K? Come on. Come on.
That's the paper tiger tier. The hard boiled tiger. I don't have the hardcover book yet to be able to show you guys. But once we get that book, we'll start shipping those. And it's basically a hardcover. Oh, and with each of the tiers, you also get, if you want, you get access to a digital version of the issues. So if you go to our website, which is beyondtimecomics.com, this graphic novel is comprised of 6 issues that are online. And what you'll do is you'll get access to the 6 issues online, so you can read the book digitally as well.
See, and this is when we were talking about tiers that are higher than $100. This is one of the things that I was kind of hinting at. Doing comic art, like a page from the book and stuff like that, you 1,000% should be looking at doing something like that with a lot of this beautiful art that you have. If you've got originals, you can put those up for quite a large sum and get some real quick backing that'll go really fast for people that want to collect, people that have dads like I do who would die for, honestly, this right here, if I had that page, my dad would lose his shit. Like, he'd be like, that is the coolest thing ever. I'd be like, yeah, you're welcome, Dad.
Yeah. Well, we do have the original art, so maybe I should add a tier.
You absolutely should. 1,000%. And what I would do is considering, first off, I gave you a goal, which is insanely doable if you start putting original art up here.
Yeah.
I would definitely look at adding some original art pages for 300 maybe. And that's still an insanely cheap amount, especially if you were still going to give them the book. So just keep in mind, do what you think is going to be fair and sell, but don't be afraid of those higher numbers. We've got people that have original artwork up for a couple grand. And they do sometimes sell depending on what it is. If you were to do that spread, granted, if I were you, I wouldn't let it go. But if you were going to do the spread of the full cover,
oh man, those are 4 pages.
4 pages, okay.
Yeah.
So you could do sell all 4 of them together like they do, where they tape them and all of that kind of stuff. Where you can get it framed. If I were you, I would never let that go. I would put that up in your house somewhere, maybe on that giant link wall behind you. That would be a perfect place for it. But you could also consider doing prints of that are poster prints and stuff like that, and sell those for a little bit of a markup or even an add-on later on. I know that you're kind of a little bit far along in the process, but at a minimum for campaign 2, and I would put some of the original art up for campaign 1 for sure. There's a lot of people that are definitely going to want it. Unhinged says 4 pages at $5,000, and if it sells, cool.
Yeah.
You could put those 4 pages up for $5,000. That's cover art. Cover art should always go a lot more. And he agrees. Do the 4 pages as a poster. That would be a really badass poster. That would be a cool thing that people could frame up and put up on. Like, I've got a collage wall of indie comic stuff that's behind me. Adding that is a beautiful, beautiful piece. If you added that all together in that one full, look and everything, and people could buy that, even if it's just buying that and they're not
just
buying anything else. Right. Yeah. Sell it for $25 or whatever. Like, that's still people that can get in on this and help out the project. But
that's true.
That, get something that they can put up on their walls that they might really enjoy, all these little things. And it's for a very small expense to you in comparison to what you can get out of it. So that's something that I would definitely look at.
That makes a lot of sense.
And Wolverine says, while he's still getting back up to speed, we also know a certain bunny that loves him some Bruce Lee who might pip this book. So have you been on Dan Fraga's show?
I have not.
You should. You absolutely should. I will throw this on his radar and see if we can't,
that'd be awesome.
If we can't get it up.
I would love that.
Green Laser also.
I'm over here taking notes.
Laser also suggests checking for a different printer because the hardcover book went up by $50. So I will say hardcover books are a lot more expensive than people think, because usually you're buying them on a lot smaller numbers. And when you have that premium at that low of a number count, unless you want to spend a lot and have a ton of hardcovers left over.
Like, yeah, sitting in no, which I don't want to have a whole bunch of hardcovers, tripping over them.
Yeah, so that's something that would that I understand where you're coming from for sure, Green Laser, and there are definitely places that can do them cheaper. If you're trying to do something that's going to have the right print quality, I've seen some of the cheaper hardcovers come back and be terrible. Even Vinny did his hardcover book, and he did turn around and say, oh my gosh, I know why they say don't do a hardcover until you have hit like 30-40K. It is very expensive to do.
It's expensive.
So if he's sitting here at 3,000. For 3,000, you paying $75 for a hardcover. I get it. It's expensive. And I feel you, because I would love a hardcover. But $7 is a little bit steep. But at the same time, it's for the amount that he's printing and getting something like that.
The funny thing is, I'm not making money on those. The money I'm making is on the soft covers. It sounds funny because the soft cover is only $25, but I'm not making money on the hard covers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I have so few.
Exactly. So Lord Crackhead says that Frigga always opens up the chat to people, and he probably love this. I definitely would try and catch him when he's live. Go sub to his channel and click the bell. When he's live, if you could jump in there and just BS with him and stuff, he'll bring up your campaign, and he'd probably absolutely love it. They also say Bancroft. Mike is amazing. He streams every day. It's 11 o'clock Eastern, so 10 o'clock your time.
I'm good with that.
I got you.
I'll be there at 1 a.m. in the morning. Hey, I'm ready.
Be like, he actually streams on his lunch break, so he's a really great one to go on. Publish it, Pete. You know what, Rick? I'm gonna need you to post, hit me up in DM or something, and let me know, because I actually don't know Publishing Pete. That's someone I need to check out. But yeah, I definitely agree with all these guys. You need to get on a lot more streams that have a lot bigger audiences, because you've got a really good product, and the fact that people haven't seen this is abysmal. Rick Saylor also says you could do a sketch tier. That would be awesome.
It's true.
Peter Sametti, he's a great one. And yeah, I'm sorry, Blue Samurai and Blue Samurai is correct. Bancroft doesn't normally stream on Saturday evenings, US Saturday evenings anyway.
Okay.
Oh, Publishing Pete is Peter Sametti. Oh, okay. See, I just call him Peter Sametti, or I know him from Alterna. I don't. Guys, I am sorry. I've never heard him referred to as Publishing Pete. Yes, you should absolutely talk to Peter Sametti. He is phenomenal. He is a great person.
Okay, awesome.
And yeah, so if you get the hard boiled, that's $75. If you want to have a really cool box to keep it in, it's another $25, and it comes with that hard sleeve that he was talking about before.
Yeah.
Now I got my whole chat mad at me because I didn't know that he was Publishing Pete. Not bad. Look,
is that is he really Publishing Pete? I mean, is that is that like
Peter Sametti owns Alterna?
So I know that. So I know Peter Sametti.
Yeah.
So I didn't know he was Publishing Pete.
I didn't either.
Okay.
Yeah, and so Blue Samurai is giving me shit about it.
Everybody but you and I knew that.
See,
you and I are the only people that don't know.
Oh, he just changed it. Okay. That would make sense. Thank you, Wolverine. I appreciate it.
See?
And yeah, Unhinged agrees. Sketch tiers would be great. Honestly, you've got a really, really great project here. It is horribly undermarketed for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely something that I think that
I got to get on some of the shows as well.
Yeah, this is a gorgeous looking book.
Thank you.
I'm gonna give the chat real quick. You got a couple more minutes if you have any other questions. We've been going for a little over an hour, so we're getting ready to wrap. So if you got any last minute questions, you better throw them in that chat now. Is there anything else, John, that you would like to talk about?
Actually, I just want to say thank you to everyone. I mean, a lot of great feedback. I'm over here taking notes. I mean, you guys,
we do
so
that.
I appreciate that.
That happens a lot on this show. That's definitely something that we do. And thank you very much, Jason. Frigga and Shae got me a lot of backers. I'm really happy that I get to highlight a lot of these projects that people haven't seen. And in all honesty, you guys have, there's so much good out there. It's so hard to keep up with. And so I like the cosplay challenges. I think that they're fun. I kind of fell short on this one, and I will correct that when you hit 5K, sir. That's happening.
Awesomeness. And I will be back. And Rod will too.
Yes, we will get Rod in here. It'll be great.
Yes.
But yeah, honestly, you got a great product here that just needs a lot more eyes on it than what you've got. This is kind of a quiet one, and a little far on to be trying to get a whole bunch of new backers because you're already going through the printing process and things like that. However, you could always do a second print and a third print run.
No, exactly.
And this is something that I definitely think you've got a good product here. 172 pages, done, full color and super choreographed, really awesome art. Like it looks really badass. This cat fight behind me has been like the most distracting background I've had in a while because I just keep staring at it. I'm like, they're getting each other. But yeah, so that I definitely,
it's just getting in the mood for cosplay.
It is 1,000%. Jason's final question: if you were a tree, what tree would you be?
An oak tree.
Oh, look at that. I would have thought you would have said like bonsai, because that's
that would have been more aligned with
it would have been more
but
on
I don't want people clipping my stuff.
That's fair.
I want to be well rooted.
Past Master Dan says he looks forward to seeing you in the future.
Appreciate that.
Pete has new creators on his channel all the time and gives about 10 minutes. So I definitely would try to get on Pete's. He's got a huge following. He would be a great person.
Okay, we'll definitely do that.
And Blue Samurai says all we need right now is for Rod or Diego to show up as we close. It's usually how it happens.
Actually, it'll happen once the show is closed. Rod will hop on.
I guarantee. Probably.
That's part of the choreography.
I like it. Yeah, so I just want to thank you guys for being out here. Past Master Dan wants to know, do you like hand turkeys? I'm never living hand turkeys down.
You have to educate me. Okay.
I made a joke when we were doing a charity stream for Carla and John Tornelli. They had a house fire and lost everything, and so we were raising money to try and help get them at least, so Carla could get her drawing pad and stuff like that back. Right. And I invited a ton of creators who were actual artists on, and we just did a marathon stream. We were like, everybody come, if you donate, one of these guys that's on stream will draw you a commission, like on the spot, send it to your emails, like boom, you're good. And yeah, somebody said, I want something from Shae. I said, the only thing that I can do is a hand turkey. So I got asked to do a hand turkey. And then, so 6 a.m. Comics. 6 a.m. Comics decided that I was doing a hand turkey. He wanted hand turkey Nightcrawler. So I made Nightcrawler, like literally sketched my hand, made a Nightcrawler, sent it to him. And he then goes on to Twitter and says, everyone who donates towards Carla and John's funds, Shae is doing hand turkeys for. And the next thing I know, I owe 10 hand turkeys. I was
there
like,
you go.
What the fuck, Mark? So I had all of these artists on, lots of great conversation, and not a single artist got pegged to do anything. It was just me doing hand turkeys.
Just you doing hand turkeys. Yeah.
That's it. So now I do hand turkeys. And you know what? I think your girl might need to be a hand turkey. Maybe we need to.
You know what? You're multi-talented. I appreciate it. What about a hand turkey while you have, well, I guess you don't really put the body paint on your hand. Because like if you did She-Hulk, you put it on the back, you wouldn't put it on the. So I was thinking maybe of like a.
No, you put it on all and seal it.
Okay, well then you know what? Then you can do like a cosplay body paint hand turkey.
Oh my gosh.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yep.
There you go.
Absolutely.
I had to add some value at some point in the show. That was it.
You added a lot. You had a lot of value. This was
great. I think that's all I got. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for coming out. As always, I super appreciate you. Thank you so much, John. This has been such a wonderful chat. This has been a great show. Really fun.
Hey, I had a blast. Anytime you just want to talk about comics or
I'm getting you on Writing Pros. I'm adding you into the room.
Please.
It's happening.
Yes. That has to happen.
Once we close, that's happening. So
awesomeness. Thanks to everybody. Everybody the people that are watching and supporting the book. Man, thank you guys so much. It's really humbling. It is.
Wolverine, you stuck. I just need you to say you have to consider at Shae's size, her hands must be huge. So it's a really good value pound for pound for her hand turkeys. You're such an asshole. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming out. And please go back. This super awesome Black Tiger. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your cousins, tell your enemies. I don't care. Tell everybody. Right. Tell everyone to go back it. If we get to 5K, I'm gonna eat my words. If we get to 5K, I'm gonna film me doing a bunch of stupid shit in a full cosplay.
Oh, it's gonna be awesome. That's gonna be awesome.
And in order for me to keep doing crazy things like this, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to Red Valkyrie. Love you guys so much. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, and we will catch you all next time. See you later.
Thanks, everybody.